Good morning. Well, it's way too late for that. My name is Stephen French. This is God's Autobiography. Oh, we're starting so terribly. God's Autobiography, episode 13, about, we didn't really almost get arrested, but, I guess we encountered an officer who probably thought that we were about to get arrested. I had a couple stories from a road trip out to California. This took place a year or two before that with one of the same people. So me, my buddy Scott, my buddy Blaze. We took a minivan down to Florida. Now, there's a lot of stories about Operation Southbound. I might make one large part video for this one. It was a wild time. It was too much of an adventure. If not, maybe all of 1 week we'll have just these stories. But for now, I wanted to throw this one in because it was, I don't know, it's really funny to me. So a quick preface, this will be recapped later as well. Scott, Blaze, and myself. I'm in a blurry camera. I really have to figure this out. Scott, Blaze, and myself, we take Scott's mom's minivan, and we have 2 weeks off of school, so we're like, all right, we're going to drive down Operation Southbound, let's go to Florida. Oh shit, we're in the middle of summer, we didn't have school. Take 2 weeks, go down to Florida. Stay with Scott's family. Now, this minivan, I don't want to focus too much on it, there's a lot about it. We didn't really expect to bring the minivan back, and Scott's mom didn't really expect to see the minivan again. She kind of told us if, or rather when, the minivan breaks down, sell it for scrap, use that to buy some train tickets home. And that was going to be a pretty wild adventure. Didn't turn out that way, I guess, fortunately. But we did know that we wanted to bring back a bunch of sand. We wanted to build a beach at Blaze's house by his little pond, and why not build a nice Florida beach? So we brought a giant 55-gallon drum, big blue bastard, and a bunch of coolers. And all empty, we just throw them into the van, and we head down. We wake up one morning while we're in Florida. We want to go check out the sunrise and fucking get our sand, I guess. So we go out hella early to the beach, and we start, we didn't want to bring the big drum all the way down. We filled it up a little bit down by the sand, but then carried it back because it was getting heavy. So we just bring back coolers full of sand, dump them into the drum, and then got that into the van. But we had some issues. The first issue we had was when a police officer came up to us. What we didn't know is that, we had seen these taped off, sections on the beach. There were turtle eggs in there. It was that time of year. So this police officer saw some weird kids in a shitty minivan stealing or hoarding a bunch of sand. So he was pretty sure that we were stealing eggs. We explained to him, we're from New York, we had the license plates to prove it. We wanted to build a beach back home, so we wanted to bring a whole bunch of sand. He thought it was weird as fuck because it was weird as fuck, but we went through it anyways. He was chill, he let us go, we took our sand. We had too much, just too much, well over 1,000 pounds of sand. We got it back to Scott's aunt and uncle's house where we were staying in West Palm, and it didn't seem like the van was doing too well. We already knew this, so we did scrap out on about 200, 300 pounds. We had maybe 800 pounds of sand still in this van, but we didn't want the drum. It was a regular minivan, so the two passenger seats, then there was a row seat and then a row seat behind it. We didn't need all that, so when we left New York, we ditched the last row, so we could have all of our stuff, and that's where the drum was. But that was all of the weight of the sand was only on the back two wheels. So we wanted to take the middle row and move them back to the back row. As far as the alignments for the seat, it was fine, it would fit. But the middle row was slightly shifted to the side, which kind of gave, on the right side of the van, the ability for passengers to walk behind the middle row and get to the back seats. And when you try to take that middle row and lock it into the back seat's placement, the left side of it is just pushed over so far, and it's now interfering with the tire well. So our first attempt was to kind of take off all the plastic on the inside of the car to get as close to the actual well that we could, which gave us a few inches. It was pretty close. We ended up having to use some Cutco shears to cut out parts of the car to try to make this work, but we still couldn't quite clip the back row in. So we just took a hammer to the tire well and just smashed the fuck out of it until it was as far in that we were hoping it wouldn't touch the actual wheel, but we could fit the row, and we did. We got the back seat all the way wedged back to the back. We got this big ass blue drum of fucking 800 pounds of sand in the middle of the van. We have it tied off everywhere to try to be secure and not tip over. And we made our way back home. We lost pretty much all the shocks on the van. We were bottoming out over cracks. It was terrible, horribly fuel inefficient. But we got 800 pounds of sand from Florida. I think we went to West Palm Beach, and we got it back to Blaze's house. We dragged it up his hill. We got it by his pond, and we've never touched it. This was maybe like 2007, and we've never touched it. 2006 even, I don't know, something like that. This is still there. I was at Blaze's house like a month ago when I was upstate, and it's still fucking there. I didn't go see it. We didn't go up to the lake. It was there it was me, Scott, and Blaze, the same crew in that house, 40 feet away from where we've stashed this sand. We still haven't done it. So, Scott or Blaze, if you ever see this video, eventually we will finish that beach, or we will build another beach somewhere else. But that's all for today's story. I'm feeling like shit. Again, nobody's watching this, but so I can remember years later about how dumb I am. It looks like I posted 2 videos today, because the video I posted yesterday, let me be not blurry. The video I posted yesterday was, I never set it to public, so today will be a double drop, it'll seem. I'm gonna go code until tomorrow. God's Autobiography, episode 13, Steel and Sand. Thank you.